It's always something to these guys. These guys.
Dave Palumbo here with Chris, the technician Aceto, and the press conference 2016 just let out. Chris, it's pandemonium here in the Orleans hotel, and I think the name of the day was Kevin Levrone. The whole press conference kind of centered around Kevin, although I would say Dexter Jackson stole the show in terms of commentary.
Well, commentary and personality, he's grown into the position that he's in, but it felt like I just went to a Dan Fogarty concert, like a love fest. Because, we were expecting the smackdown from this guy and that guy, and what we got is,
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, let's all join hands. We love bodybuilding, and we love the IFBB. And you know what? Although I wouldn't have been disappointed with WWE SmackDown,
well,
it was a nice press conference.
Speaking of SmackDown, Dexter Jackson did end at the end of the press conference by telling Kevin, hey, you've been training 6 months. I've been competing 17 years. Do you really think you're going to come back after 6 months of training and a 13-year layoff and beat me? It ain't going to happen. And you know what? Kevin said, let's strip down and pose. Come on. And Dexter would not take his clothes off. Kevin did wind up posing down with Cedric McMillan, who, funnily enough, said none of these side most muscular poses. And that's classic Cedric.
Yeah, because he knows in certain poses, listen, the show's a day away. Kevin Levrone is going to be extremely competitive in the show.
Were you impressed with the way Kevin looked when he took his shirt off?
I was flabbergasted, actually. He's pale. People saying he looks small. He's the whitest black guy. He's the whitest guy in this auditorium.
Well, he has no tan on, and you know what? So he also is probably still filling up, too.
Under the bright lights, he's going to get washed out. I mean, I thought he looked in the he did his one, the hands clasp most muscular, because Cedric had already put off limits, put parameters. He couldn't do any of his crazy stuff. Yeah. And I thought he looked tremendous. I thought he looked tremendous.
I think he's a little smaller than we've seen, but obviously, there's Sean Roden just came out, hugging Sean Clarita there. Sean Roden seeming very confident at this press conference, saying, you know what? I didn't think I lost last year. And I thought that was a great statement, because I didn't think he lost either after prejudging.
No, I don't think he did either, but you know what? He said what he feels, and he didn't say it in a bitter way. He said it from, what he feels inside, the genuineness of, I can win this show. And he did put in the request, I just want to get the call-out, which I've never had, between me alone and Phil Heath alone.
And Steve Weinberger said, I can make that happen.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's going to be a great call-out, because you and I have talked about that. We don't think that Phil matches up that well, mano a mano with Sean Roden.
He's the one that he's vulnerable against Sean, and he's vulnerable to some degree against Cedric, because they have physiques that are more like his than anyone else. And they have body parts, as we saw tonight, Cedric's back double is going to be hard to beat by anyone in the lineup.
What about Dexter Jackson saying, hey, I'm winning this show. I didn't come here to lose. I'm coming to win.
No, I think he believes that, and I think he's I think he might have said that last year. I just don't know if Dexter has enough total size to be able to take out. Look, Phil's shoulders and arms are as big as my head, so, and Dex is no slouch either. He's got great shoulders, arms, and triceps, but you're talking, Phil with, crazy roundness.
Does Phil look confident to you, or does he look like he's a little nervous about this?
No. This is a different Phil. Phil looks very, I think Phil, seemed very mature here.
To me, it seems like Phil doesn't like this smack talk and stuff. He doesn't like to get involved in it.
He gets rope-a-doped into it.
And then he gets all upset.
He gets rope-a-doped because at the end he says, I got a controlled rage. So he's always
Why does he let these guys bother him? Jay Cutler never let these guys bother him. He would laugh at them, and he would just.
The answer is because he does not have, whether it's, he does not have the respect that a Coleman had, or Dorian had, or a Jay had, where
he's like Larry Holmes. Remember Larry Holmes won the heavyweight? He never felt he had respect. Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's social media or the fans are so vocal against the people that they love. You got Kai fans.
Right.
Kai could come in off and everyone thinks, oh, he killed Phil.
Right.
So just Phil has never had the collective respect that a Coleman had, where people thought it was a done deal. We'll come out Friday, and let's say Phil comes in at his all-time best. Half the people will say, oh, better 2 years ago.
Right.
So it's got a grade on him. And like he said, he's doing the cardio. He's got to do something to fill it up other than listen to, Negro hymns that he said that Kai was going to be singing, after he defeated him. So he's got to do social media, and that's what he reads.
It was an exciting press conference. We got a lot of celebrities coming out of the auditorium now. I see Big Akeem Williams over there, the Brooklyn Beast. His first Olympia he's at.
I don't believe
Dallas McCarver's first Olympia. Justin Compton's first Olympia.
DJ making a comeback.
DJ wanted to strip down and pose down against
He's making
Levrone.
a comeback.
This sport is certainly built on Ben and Joe Weider's dreams and integrity, and it just runs really, really deep. So as I look around this room, I see Raphael, I see Rob, I see Steve, I see so many years and years of hard work and integrity that goes behind not just being here, but what do you do when you walk off the stage? And I was just taught so much from Ben and Joe that champions, you're not a champion just only on the stage, but you're a champion as well. When you leave this stage, what do you represent? What do you want to be known for? So for me, I just thank God for that opportunity. Thank God for this, the IFBB, and allow me again to come back and to present myself to the world and also the fans. So I want to say, first of all, thank you guys, and thank you for all the support and the fans around the world in this great organization.
The only three people we saw up there on that stage was Kevin Levrone, Cedric McMillan, Josh Lenartowicz. Who impressed you?
I mean, I can't say because I was way too close and I was standing on the side. I didn't get a really good look, so I can't say who impressed me.
You were ready to peel off. Would you really have taken the suit off?
I would have took off the suit. I would have peeled off the skin all the way down to the white meat.
Take it off now. Let me see what you got.
Nah, ain't nobody challenging me, so I'm not doing it.
Where's Johnny? Take off you. Chris Aceto, get over here.
It's got to be one of the guys on stage. So, because then
Bob Ciccarello, get over here.
Then it doesn't matter if I look bad.
The two biggest guys are the host.
Give me the predictions. Okay, this is a tough lineup this year. Obviously, Phil Heath, vulnerable the last 2 years. Sean Roden, very dominant. A lot of people thought he could have won last year. Dexter, second place, knocking at the door. Big Ramy coming in arguably maybe his best this year. Who do you like?
Well, I like a lot of them, It just depends on what they look like when they walk on stage. So it's very hard. It's easy to predict top 3, top 4, but it's very hard to put the top 6 together because there's about 6 guys that could potentially be 5th or 6th. So, but I would say this. I say this, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. If Phil will ever get beat, it will be this year. Simply for the reason because he was off the last 3 years, and I don't think he can come in off again and will get awarded with a win if guys like Dexter or Sean Roden are 100% now.
At 100%, is Sean Roden better than Dexter Jackson in your opinion?
Well, if you look at 100% Sean Roden and Dexter Jackson, I think Sean Roden could be better because Sean Roden is a bigger guy.
And he's beaten him before.
Yes, it's a bigger guy. He has creates more of an illusion, even if it's not that much bigger. He makes it look much bigger with his small waist and then huge quads on Sean Roden. So a Sean Roden at 100% is capable of beating Phil Heath.
Are those the top 3 guys in your opinion? Heath, Roden, and Dexter?
They're only if Big Ramy is not able to nail it. I said this, if Phil Heath is 100%, nobody will beat him. The only person that can beat Phil at 100% is 100% Ramy.
Well, Chris Aceto, Dennis James said the only person who can beat Phil Heath is a 100% Big Ramy. Is Big Ramy 100%?
I don't. DJ will tell you. We don't know what 100% is. He's improved, and if they the litmus test, DJ, if they go by the glutes and hams, he's got that down pat. So, you got to see these guys together. And DJ knows. Well, I'll ask you. He's got a younger looking body, so to be able to fight for the top spot, meaning create the idea of maturity, he's got to be like on the money, right?
Like I said, Phil cannot get beat if he's 100%. The only person that can beat him at 100% is 100% Ramy. We've never seen 100% Ramy. We don't even know what 100% Ramy would look like when he's 100%. He could be 95 and can be 20% better than he was last year. So
there were some Arabic phone messages that were offering their assistance for Ramy. No one has taken that person up on it. Maybe we should call him up.
Putin hacked my phone. The Russians, like no. Will they? I guess the question is, DJ, will they award? If they see Ramy with like peeled glutes and hams, is that like a showstopper where it creates the illusion of that's enough?
I don't think so. I think they need to see Ramy peeled everywhere. If he's peeled glutes and hams and his back is not peeled, they will use that against him. They will just judge him by his physique. And if he's peeled everywhere, then the crowd response will be so crazy that you can't place him and you can't deny him. So now, glutes and hams, I remember my hams used to be shredded in my glutes and my back was still soft. So,
but at 290.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is if he's peeled everywhere, if he comes out just crazy shredded, I'm not talking about crazy striated and cross-striated, shredded and dry. His face looks like it's never been before. I got to say that. I want to see him do.
See a new Mr. Olympia.
I want to see him be 100% more than anybody else, I think. And if he can nail it, I believe we could see a new Mr. Olympia.
You heard it from Dennis James. Big Ramy, if he comes in at his best, could be the next Mr. Olympia. The only man in Dennis James' mind who could beat 100% Phil Heath. Will it happen? Stay tuned tomorrow night.